So, the great dog puking freaking escapade that I was just on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Alpha Traders. Here we are once again, coming to you live from the Crypto Caravan, looking at these Bitcoin charts. I saw some interesting things in the traditional markets as I took a peek in between buying metaverse real estate today. Yeah, right. You had SPY closed pretty good, just like I thought it was gonna. NASDAQ right now is pulling back a little bit with Bitcoin. Obviously, we're looking at the Alpha Trading Volatility Range Estimator here. What is this? For anybody new on YouTube watching, new in the live stream here, coming out of the Discord, this is a fantastic indicator. It is volatility, price action ranges, right? In normal and Laplace distribution percentage levels. Now, obviously, the VRE doesn't come stock with those levels. All you got to do is add them to the chart. That's all you got to do. It's pretty simple. But you can see, look at this tight daily range on Bitcoin, right? It was gone. What does that tell you on the VRE when you have a tight range? It tells you Bitcoin's going to trend today. Half of the day, Bitcoin was literally ranging in between the daily price action volatility range and the bottom side of the 68.3. You can see on the second 4-hour candle of the day, it bounced. This thin blue line here is a first standard deviation normal distribution on that 4-hour candle. The thick white and blue cross lines, those are the daily Laplace and normal distribution levels. The skinny white and blue lines I have set up, those are each 4-hour candle. All right, so let's see what happens. We get the last rejection right around that daily price action volatility range. Here comes the trend. Where was the trend? The volatility was to the downside. We got a little bounce here right at the top of the weekly price action volatility range. Bitcoin got down here on this latest dump to the center of the weekly price action volatility range. On this last 4-hour candle of the day, first, second, third standard deviation normal distribution pulled back. Look where the candle closed. Where did the candle close at? That is the first, second, third support level for the daily price action volatility range. Candle closed right there. Now, this white cross line right here, that is the 95.4 Laplace distribution range. This is the first standard deviation normal distribution. Okay. So let's see here. What do we got cooking? Second SD, you can see the wick almost went to the 2 SD on the daily. Didn't quite make it. Here's the 3 SD and the 99.7 Laplace. You usually don't see the third standard deviation normal distribution and the 99.7 Laplace distribution that close together, literally within about $300. You usually see the 95.4 Laplace and the second standard deviation closer. So this is a pretty interesting read right here. We're going to have to see how this closes, though, going into the end of the day here. Got about, what, 6 15-minute candles left? 7 15-minute candles left? Very interesting indeed. Let's take a look on, let me go over to my main trading chart. There we go. What's up, Sweet Pea? We're on the 4-hour here. Yeah, you can see when this 4-hour started dumping with the first 4-hour candle dump, second 4-hour candle dump, we had a little bit of an outlier here, right? The variance started moving to the top side. The pink inside line here is telling you there was an outlier. Outside pink's telling you it was negatively correlated. Just like right here, when you had this variance rise, it was positively correlated. So you get a move to the top side first, then it shifted to negative correlation. Outlier stayed the same. And an outlier in statistics is telling you there is a fat tail event. And a fat tail event in statistics is a second standard deviation or more. So let's see here. You can see right now, this has changed. Look, we still have an outlier, right? It's changed to positive correlation, though. That's why you're seeing this wick pull up on this 4-hour. Let me see something. See if we're building any div. probably not going to be honest. The BTC data set right here is pretty damn even. The divergence is going to come from actually way back. I'm not going to count that in, to be honest. Deviation log pro, depending on where this 4-hour candle closes. If this 4-hour candle can pull back up around 47,250 or something, that's going to build some hidden bull divergence on this last 4-hour candle going into the new day here. And you can see also our Shannon entropy percentile expansion negatively correlated right when the price action started to dump. Okay, let me put a vertical there and show everybody. I'm going to drop down to some lower time frames. Right there is where the correlation broke. It was positive. It was positive. It was going sideways right there. Had a little bit of expansion. That's why in that previous candle we had a little pump, it looked like. See. Yeah, you can see the wick. Wick got up above the Gaussian mean. Then the correlation broke. Negatively correlated while that Shannon entropy percentile expanded. Down we go. Down we go. What was the high of the day? Yeah, pretty much 38.9. We're down. Yeah, we've literally dropped about $2,600. This is typical Bitcoin. Most volatile asset in the known metaverse. Let's put it that way. Get rid of that. Very interesting volatility bands here. They are squeezing, right? Even with this dump, these bands are squeezing. Oh, Bitcoin. You got to love Bitcoin, man. Holy crap. Let's go into intraday here, 90-minute. Now, when I talk about intraday trading, I'm 90-minute, 45-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. Those are the time frames I'm looking at. And when I'm going into that intraday, I'll probably look at the 4-hour to get my bias of direction, where to take those intraday trades, right? Where am I going to allocate my capital? Where's it going to be best used? I'm not saying I might not counter trade a scalp, but I'm not going to be overexposed, right? Everybody knows I don't use leverage, but say I have 3 Bitcoin in an account. And if I'm scalping with the 4-hour trend, I'm using my full account, 0 leverage, but I'm trading with probably 3 Bitcoins, right? You can make some decent money. This is how I do things. If I'm counter trading, I'll probably only use 1/3 of my account. Only scalp 1 Bitcoin. And I'm on the button. I got that mental stop loss. Alpha traders, we do not put stop losses in a freaking exchange system who are literally trading against you. Why in the world do you want them to know where your stop loss is? This is what retail traders do. They all learn shitty risk management strategies from the same YouTube jimmies that are selling the same freaking TA packages. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So they all put their stop losses in the same spot. These exchanges have algorithms. And when these algorithms detect that there's a certain percentage of stop losses, right? Or take profits. I mean, I don't know exactly how these algos are programmed, but trust me, they are there. That's when you see these wicks. That's when you see these pullbacks. Let's get a good example here. Like, this is why, as an alpha trader, this is why we take profit, man. This is why we use the volatility range estimator to take profit. So say right here, you start getting that outlier on that 4-hour candle and you go short. Where do you take your profit at? First standard deviation, normal distribution. Boom, taking your profit, right? That was probably, let's even say, if we get in right here at the 9, we're patient, right? We're patient. We want to see if we're going to break the downside of the 90 or 68. Excuse me. 68.3 Laplace distribution range, which was at about 30, let's just say 38.3. You take profit down here at $1,000 move. How greedy are you? Especially if you're what if you're trading with 3 Bitcoins? Do you literally know how much money you just made in an hour and a half? You made $3,000. That's how that works. Even if you're trading with 1 Bitcoin, you made $1,000 in an hour and a half. Just understanding volatility, understanding these distribution levels, where to take profit. We don't enter on these levels. These are take profit areas, right? We enter when we see things like variance giving us things like the log return Z-score telling us there's an outlier going on. Look right here on the 90-minute. Look at the log return z-score. That pink, that means it's having an outlier, just like when the variance was rising, it had an outlier. And right when it went positively correlated here, we get this little boop, boop little pop-up. This is interesting on the 90-minute. This looks like it's going to pop out of the hole. Let me see here, back on the VRE again. What do we got here? Now, you need to remember, on this daily chart, there's a 68.3% chance this Bitcoin data set closes up inside here. Okay? But at the same time, this is the first standard deviation normal distribution. There's a 68.3% chance it closes inside there. So I could definitely see Bitcoin close within maybe 37.4 today. We'll see. There is that possibility. But we're down here. If this rejects off the 95.4 Laplace distribution range, this thing could make its way down to the second standard deviation normal distribution, or even close down here at the bottom of the weekly range. We're just going to have to see how this plays out. This is a good time right now to be trading these low time frames. Let me get into the stream chat here. That's exactly what he was doing there, MJ. Nice dog. He's like, that's why he has the cat. Yeah, I used to be a cat guy a long time ago. Okay, let me see here. Let me read all this. Yep, I'll look at that in a second. Yeah, 100%. P-Funk gets it, right? If you guys don't know what his background was, right? There's no regulations. These market makers, man, they're off the leash in crypto. And people wonder why we see some of these volatile moves we see. It's pretty powerful. Let me see. Let's read some more. Nice, Donnie. Yeah. YouTube Jimmy. You can counter trade YouTube Jimmy all day long. For sure, 100%. Why don't you like to trade the last hour of the day? Usually, Sayron, it's not just the last hour. If I am actively trading, which right now everybody knows I'm in the middle of a move, I'm not actively trading. But when I am, I'm trading the first three 4-hour candles of the day. The last 4-hour candle of the day, I'm taking a break, unless I'm actively already in a trade. But if we're in the last 4-hour candle of the day, I'm not getting into a new trade. What am I doing? I'm over on the VRE and I'm diagnosing where the new daily price action volatility range is going to be at, looking at the volatility indicators, seeing is Bitcoin's data set going to close above that new price action volatility range or below that price action volatility range. Right now, if Bitcoin does not get back up above about 36.5, BTC will be opening up below the new price action volatility range. And we all know how that works. This is how the bulls and the bears play each other, right? Because usually is what's going to happen. And when you open up below it, that's going to be a strong point of resistance, especially when it's like button up against the top side of a 68.3 or the bottom side. Maybe weekly or monthly price action volatility ranges, things in that nature. And that's what that's what I start to diagnose. Like right now, I'm looking. Here's what I'm looking at. So if we're going into the new day right now, where was all the volatility today? To the downside. 2 4-hour candles of downside action, right? This 4-hour candle, then this previous 4-hour candle, going into the last one of the day, we had a little bit of a relief bounce, right? Last 4-hour candle of the day, we're dumping. The new price action volatility range, it's going to be like right in this area, right here. But you can see, look, it's right at the top of the weekly range. The bottom of the new daily price action volatility range could line up perfectly with the top side of this weekly price action volatility range. That's going to be a strong point of resistance, and it could reject there and make a move down to the bottom side. Because I can tell you right now, the bears are going to defend this area now that the BTC data set is below here. The bulls are going to defend the downside of this, and you'll be able to see it in price action. That's why you got to bounce here at the center. There were some algos here waiting, but the the bears are fighting back. It's just a battle. It really is. It's a battle all day long. But that's usually what I'm doing. And if I'm in an active trading session, say, Ron, you know it is exhausting. All right. Number one, I'm taking a break, man, the last 4 hour. I'm in a good time zone too, where it's late afternoon. I'm out walking the dogs. I'm doing things of that nature. But definitely trying to diagnose where this new daily price action volatility range is going to be at. That is for sure. So now I got down here on the 15-minute. You can see, boom, immediately, all of the log return moving averages were all just tight, right? We break below it, then boom, that's when we get the dump. Here was that little pull. Here was that little move to the top side. Where does it reject from? The 9-length variance log moving average. Look where that is at. I just told you if BTC can close up above 37.5, which would be right around this 9, the BTC data set will probably be above the new daily price action volatility range. So right now, going in the end of the day, the bulls are going to try to push back up to this level at 37.5. Will they be able to do it? We're going to find out here real soon, right? There's only about an hour and a half left. Let me see here. What else is sticking out? Here's one good thing too. On the 15-minute, you can see the correlation of the entropy. It's losing. It's decreasing to the downside. That's what the darker pink color is telling you. And at the same time, entropy's starting to go back into randomness. Going back into random. So you can see, here was that 4-hour candle. Here was this 4-hour candle. Trend to the downside. Trend to the downside. See if we're building any. We're building some hidden bear right now. We're building hidden bear on the log return z-score. Right, here's the high. Here's the thing though, it's just building. There's not this candle is growing right now in the 15-minute. There is no top yet. Now, if this turns back down, and then you see the log return z-score turn down, you see the returns oscillator turn down, you're going to have hidden bear divergence between log return z-score and the returns oscillator. But here's a good thing on the 15-minute as well, right? And that's why we're probably getting this little bit of bounce up here, back up towards 37. We do have some bull div. We've got some bull div on the DLP. There's actually, to get this outlier right here on the 15-minute, to suck this candle up, that big 15-minute dump, and get these two bullish candles. Here's a low, higher low, right? We had some bull div. Same thing going back way over to here. Actually, that was some weak bull. Weak bull on the returns oscillator. Bull div on the log return z-score. Bull div on the DLP on the 15-minute. So that's popping us out of this hole a little bit, but at the same time, we're building hidden bear divergence. Yeah, I hear you say, Ron. Yeah, my sleep's jacked. T and MJ both, man. We got up early for a freaking mint, for an NFT mint. Oh my God. We are degens to the core. Get a drink of water here. See, I'm running on coffee and smoothies. And the hype, I just bought a bunch of real estate in the metaverse. So let's LFG, man. All capital letters. Okay, so what's at the 15-minute? Let me see here. Hey, you know what, too? Definitely some bull div on the Fisher, too. On the Fisher, too, as well. And hey, you guys, like I am the reason, like everybody knows, man, I was very active in the chats. I'm not right now because I'm freaking in this moving process. I'm all scrambled. If you have any questions from me, tag me, ask me a question so I can come in, right? But most of the people that are in the chat and able to be in there all the time, some of the other founding fathers, they'll be in there as well. But yeah, I don't want you to think I'm abandoning everybody. I'm just I'm in the middle of this space right now where I am just out of sorts with the move and tying up loose ends. I've lived out here in the Tahoe Basin since 1997. So there's a lot of loose ends to tie up, but my shipping pod got shipped out. All my shit is on the way to my property in southern Indiana. At some point, Bilbo's going to have to follow his shit across the country. So I am leaving here. It's just a matter of time. I got to wrap up these loose ends, so bear with me. Once I build my new war room and my hunting cabin, I'll have a nice little trading facility. I'll be back actively trading again. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin. Let's see if anything changed on the daily with that dump. Yeah, for sure. I was talking about this yesterday. You guys, I know you remember. Go back. The Z score for historical volatility was right here, just hanging out right at the zero threshold, and the correlation was just barely hanging below, like going into negative correlation. And I was like, we're about to find out. If the Z-score heads up and goes negatively correlated, price is going to come down today. If it goes up and it goes positively correlated, it's going to go to the top side. And right now on the daily, the entropy is telling you the down move is increasing. Okay, the correlation is increasing to the downside, and the entropy is started. It's not in trend yet. It's really close though. We're going to have to pay attention. And look what happened too. Remember before on the daily, when the last like 4 days when we were moving back up above this Gaussian mean on these deviation bands, it was contracting. Shannon entropy percentile was contracting, negatively correlating, telling you price action was going to walk up, right? So now look what happened. It continued to contract, but the correlation broke going into the new day into positive correlation. So this will be interesting to see. Are we going to expand? Is it going to stay positively correlated? Is it going to totally contract? We're going to have a little bit down going into the new day and then expand positively correlated? Is it going to totally contract, finish out its positive correlation, go sideways a little bit, and then expand and head negatively correlated? I'm telling you, if we get an expansion on the Shannon entropy and we go negatively correlated, you're going to see price action move to the downside. There's no doubt about it. And to be honest, yeah, it's an ugly daily candle. There's no doubt about it after this. But hey, right? We've been climbing. What's the E-minis doing right now on NASDAQ? Yeah, they're hanging in there. We're going to go to SPY and NASDAQ next. I want to check them out. And yes, we did get to do 2-day yesterday. Correcto. Yeah, boy, what a shitty 2-day candle too. My goodness gracious. And I told you, remember I told you, hey, on the 2-day, there was hidden bear divergence building, right? I said there wasn't a top yet. Is there a top now? Yep, sure is. So now this hidden bear div on the 2-day is playing out 100%. Log return Z-score, right? All of that hidden bear was building. It was building on the Fisher. But at the same time, if we don't see these DLP candles get by the mean of these standard error bands, that's a good thing, because all it's doing from way back here is just creating another lower low on price action, building more bull div. And everybody knows over a long-term time series, right? The more divergence that builds between price action and returns, the more powerful of a move at some point it's just going to take off like crazy. Column showing what? Yeah, the Shannon entropy is the percentile of entropy, whereas the volatility percentile, the AVR, is totally different. This is the volatility percentile. This is the entropy percentile of the actual entropy, but it works the same way. If you're having expansion on the Shannon entropy percent, if the Shannon entropy percentile is expanding positively correlated, price action is going to move to the top side. If it's expanding negatively correlated, price action is going to move to the downside. It works the same as volatility. It's just one more point. And that's how I have my chart broke up. Everything over here I'm using for divergence between price action and returns, barring the Fisher. I like the Fisher, though, for confluence to see what's going on. Over here, it's all volatility and entropy. It's all it is, right? It's entropy, or it's a volatility percentile. It's historical volatility Z-score. It's our regular entropy with our correlation, and then Shannon entropy percentile, which we don't have a correlation built into it. I'm going to ask our coders to probably code in our Pearson correlation, so people don't have to add it on. This would be ideal. I know Donnie's listening right now. If we could build a R to the bottom here, right? Just like we have over here. I mean, this is obviously inversed. Correlations on the top side, entropy's on the downside. But if we could have the entry percentile on the top side and the correlation on the downside, yep, I'm sure it can. You the man, Donnie. That would be perfect. Then when they pop it up, boom, it's already correlated. That would be fantastic. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, change first candles. Oh, what time is it? Yep, 2:30. Let's SPY's doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. Let's see here. One thing I'm seeing, I want to go to the daily though. There we go. Yeah, okay. So the correlation on SPY the correlation is increasing to the top side. Entropy's random right now on this whole SPY dump. And that's why I like the color coordinated candles. You can see when all these candles went blue, it was trending to the downside, right? Look at the Shannon entropy percentile, expand, negatively correlated the whole time. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. If this correlation to the top side continues, and I told you, when you go over onto the VRE and you put this on SPY, talked about yesterday, this little globule right here that just looks like a mess, that is the monthly price action volatility range on SPY. And I told everybody yesterday, where do I think SPY is going to go? Because of that tight price action volatility range, let's put our probability chart. And yeah, on the weekly will work. What did I say yesterday? I was like, SPY is probably going to make a run to this weekly 2SD. You guys, it's on the way. This is a powerful weekly candle on SPY after all this dumping going on and everybody just freaking out, panicking in the markets. Man, this thing is just wrecking the shit out of people. VIX pulling back again because, a lot of those options traders and shit, they'll be watching the VIX. So here, I'll tell you what right now. People that started buying puts up here, I guarantee you they're in condors and butterflies now. You can bet they're protecting themselves. Let's think about options. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, hey guys, you know what? I'm going to put on an iron condor today. It's not how options works. You start with a leg, right? Before you know it, you got 4 fucking legs and you're like, oh my God. That's why options are great. If you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money in options. So yeah, I would, by looking at that monthly price action volatility range, bingo. Are we at it right now? Come on here. Nope, there it is. So seeing how tight that monthly price action volatility range, the first standard deviation on this monthly chart is 480, new all-time high for SPY. First standard deviation to the downside, 433. This is what I'm looking for. SPY is going to make a move. Right now, my bias is to the top side, especially the way everything is looking. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will say, Ron, give me a second here. So, seeing a tight price action volatility range for the monthly chart, what is that telling you? That immediately tells me SPY is going to trend like crazy. Now, that trend could be the top side and the downside. The trend can work both ways. But when I was looking at the regular chart, it looks to me like SPY is popping out of this hole. It found its low. Bitcoin found its low at 33K, but we all know, and especially our economy is an absolute train wreck right now. The administration is an absolute train wreck right now. It's incredible that this thing hasn't totally fallen apart at this point, but At some point, everybody's got to say, okay, everything's just a fucking train wreck. Let's at least make money in the markets, right? I mean, for goodness sakes, get this thing going. So I do believe SPY is going to trend to the top side. But hey, I'm not YouTube Jimmy, right? I'm not YouTube Jimmy. I just told you this baby's got a wide range, 433, 480. Let's see what percentage that is real quick. Wide, 11%, right? Got about 5.5% to the top side. And I'm talking about from the middle of the 68.3, where pretty much Bitcoin's about at, right? Here is, yep, here's the 68.3 Laplace distribution range to the top side. And here's the bottom side. And that's the thing. This is why we had this quick pullback to begin with. We literally, SPY opened up below the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace distribution range, that little pink dot right there. So when you got this pullback, there was a 68.3% chance this thing was going to bounce and get back up in here. 100%. Yeah, I'm getting blown up all over the place. I'm in so many damn discords. It's amazing. I can't even keep up with it all, with everything I have going on. Let's see here. UPM. Is this baby still loading? Come on, UPM. Do your magic, baby. And you guys, and I am going to be publishing these deviation bands. I just, with how busy I am, I forgot that we got the final upgrade. Donnie did for us, literally probably about a week now. This is great. Looking at this 4-hour UPM. First, I'm gonna do a little analysis on it. Now that I'm back on Bitcoin, we talked about SPY. I got to go back to NASDAQ. Yeah, I'm all over the place today, ladies and gents. Remember yesterday I talked about the band I have set up on the variance log moving averages. This plot, and this plot, the thicker lines, those are 3 power means: 9 length, 33 length, 99 length. Okay, so that's my first three plots they're on. They're on the VLMAs, and you got to set it to I've actually got those power means set on rise and fall, right? Just pink and blue. But then you just, one's 9 length, 33, 99. Then I've got the band set to variance log moving averages. Yeah, I don't know why I just said VLMA. You want to set these to power means, my bad. The first 3 plots are all power means, 9, 33, 99. The band is set to the variance log moving averages. And I left them stock on the lengths. You know, it's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, up down the line. I think 3 to 45, I believe is what it is. And I talked yesterday about price action on the 4-hour. We're up above. We got above the 99. All of those variance log moving averages were squeezing, right? And I was like, Bitcoin could really pop to the top side. What did Bitcoin decide to do? Come down and test the reverse Fisher. Almost to the dollar, especially when the reverse wave trend crossed it up. Price action was above here. You heard what I talked about Bitcoin yesterday. I was like, hey, get ready. Strap a rocket booster on your ass. We could. Woo! How many people you think got wrecked that were long and didn't take their profit? All of them did. Because where did these knuckleheads put their stop losses? This data set down here? Look at the wick. They got stopped out. If they didn't get liquidated, that's a problem with retail traders, man. All you got to do is take your profit, because Bitcoin will steal all your money, right? The cryptocurrency in general, I don't care what you're trading, man. This thing will pick your pockets. So it went down on the 4-hour, tested the reverse Fisher. So here, let me pull this up for you real quick. UPM. So it's how I got this set. Plot 1, 9 length. Plot type, power mean. I've got a Jurek smoothing. My smoothing length is an 18 on all 3 of those plots. This is where you can set the color scheme. Do you want it on rising, falling, price break, gradient, or variance check? You don't want it on variance check. That's what you have the bands on. Plot 2, length 33, power mean, jerk smoothing, 18 length for the smooth, rising and falling on the colors. Plot 3, 99 length, power mean, jerk smoothing, set to an 18 length, rising and falling for the color scheme. Plot 4, reverse wave trend. Length 49, no smoothing. We don't need any smoothing on it at all, just length 49. Let's see here. And I've got it rising, falling, but I want it all white. So I just made all the colors white and I put it on dots. I want it to stick out. Now, plot 5. This I do use smoothing on. It's the reverse Fisher transform. It's set to a 254 length. Jerk smoothing, 254 length on the smooth. Then I'm using a gradient color. So when the reverse, and I actually have to invert it, I forgot. Boop, should be purple going down. It'll change. You'll notice this power mean and deviation bands, these take the longest to load. It's a massive code. Massive. So let's let it reload real quick so you can see. There you go. Now see how the line's purple to the downside? So when the reverse Fisher starts heading up, it'll slowly, the gradient color will change to red. Let me save that real quick. And then we go to the ribbon type. Variance log moving average. Okay, variance log moving average. Smoothing on the ribbon, I have set to a 33. It's a Jurek smoothing. Okay. Now, these colors don't matter unless you're using price break, rising, falling, or gradient. I'm using variance check, and I have a diagram I will post and pin it in general of what the different colors you can see. You see they're pink, white, orange, blue, and yellow, and they all mean something different. For instance, when they are pink, it's telling you log returns are below the mean and variance is rising. When it's blue, it's telling you log returns are above the mean and variance is rising. When it's orange, it's telling you log returns are below the mean, but variance is decreasing. When it's yellow, it's telling you log returns are above the mean and variance is decreasing. When you have a white color, think of that as strictly just indecision. It's like it uses a 3 candle set. And so when it's white, it's telling you 2 candles, variance was rising, 1, it was decreasing, or the other way. Vice versa. Let's put it that way. So think of white as just indecision. But that's how you read the variance log colors. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Yeah, we like them packed with power. So, do you sell high or do you sell high? I saw that question posted. Oh, sell high. Our good buddy. Who we're cooking up. We got something in the works for all you scouts out there in alpha trading land. We're going to have an affiliate package, and it's definitely going to affect how you're getting your indicators from now on. So yeah, let's see. Show European. Thanks. Yep. Yeah. What, you taking off, MJ? It's all good. What are we about done? No, we got 16 minutes. So yeah, right now, climbing out of that hole. All right, to get back. Let me Before I get back to Bitcoin, I just wanted to show Sarah on those settings. Let's go back to the VRE. Now look what happened with SPY. We open up the new day, right? It had a little dip, but then where did it run to? The first, look at the wicks to the dollar. First standard deviation, normal distribution. Okay, that's that blue cross line right there. Wasn't a very exciting pre-market at all. I mean, I guess it was. It did. It ended up. Let me see here. What percentage did SPY pop pre-market? Let's see. Yeah, 0.7 or something. But look where it look at rejected 3 times. Boop, boop, boop. Right on the first standard deviation normal distribution of the top side. Let's see what NASDAQ did today. Now it's going to be a longer, right? Look at that candle. Gotta love that. Take your profit. So if you're scalping NASDAQ E-minis today, and say you get an entry at the center of the daily price action volatility range right here, if you're just doing low time frame scalps, where do you take your profit at? I mean, for crying out loud, hell, you could have taken your profit at the center of the monthly range right here, right? But if you wanted to hold on to that trade, you sure as hell took it at the top side of the monthly. That's where it rejected from. Tried to wick through it a couple times, and then look at this freaking devil candle to the downside. Just look out below. All you people didn't take your profit. Here we are, coming to get your ass. 2% move. 2% 15-minute candle in traditional markets. Pretty damn powerful. Ask P-Funk. Pretty damn powerful 15-minute candle for traditional markets. People got their asses wrecked right there. You can guarantee it. And gave away the whole move, guys. All right, going back to yesterday, NASDAQ made this great move up into the middle of the day and then dump. Gave the whole move back. What's it down right now? 130? 130 points. So I would pay attention to pre-market tomorrow on SPY for sure, just to see what's going on. But this is a much bigger monthly range on NASDAQ, right? So SPY could have a massive rally. That's the thing. They're all pretty highly correlated. So this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out between Bitcoin, SPY, and the NASDAQ E-mini futures, man. It's going to be real interesting. But here, going into the end of the day, now let's pop back over onto everybody's favorite asset. Where are you? Bitcoin. So right now, look where it's at, right? Just got stifled by what? Top side of the weekly price action volatility range. There's a 68.3% chance, though, Bitcoin closes up in here, right? Anywhere. If we're talking Laplace distribution, in the next like hour and 15 minutes, there's a 68.3% chance it gets back up in here. Man, I got the hiccup. Excuse me. Just think what that's going to do to people that don't take their profit. If Bitcoin pumps here to the end of the day up into this range, I mean, you kidding me? Volatile as hell. People are just scratching their heads, screaming, leaving bad comments on YouTube Jimmy's vids. Madness. Madness, I tell you. There's a revolution. So yeah, we'll just have to see how this plays out. 100%. So here is SPY. Let me take one more look at SPY on the daily. Yeah, this is the one good thing, especially log return Z-score. There's no hidden bear. The hidden bear is on the returns oscillator. So can SPY bust up above these data sets here? Can we get back to new all-time highs on SPY? The bulls are definitely going to try to push it. So say, look at that beautiful outlier on the variance too, man. Boom, 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 boom. To the top side. Fat tail event, positively correlated. You know, if you're swing trading the daily or something, I mean, for goodness sakes, you see an outlier on the daily, just get into the position. Look at the distribution chart. Take your profit. Take your profit at some distribution levels. That's all you got to do, man. As an alpha trader, if you're not making money, you're not understanding the indicators. Take a break. Don't trade. Paper trade if you have to, or trade a heart. Some people have to have skin in the game to get that emotion, right? Trade a small amount at least. Don't lose money. Learn how to read the indicators. That's all you got to do. Learn how to read these indicators. And the regular variance doesn't look like this. I'm using the variance that's in the Wolfsbane indicator. I've got everything else in the Wolfsbane turned off, right? Which is the Wolfsbane is these three indicators put together, right? It's got the return oscillator, the log return z-score, and the variance all in one indicator. For teaching's sake and for people watching on YouTube so they understand it all a little bit better, I use them separately now. That's why I have it like this. So yeah, good stuff. You saying something, MJ?
Yeah, we like to skin the cat like 10 different ways.
Yeah.
That's the way we like to do it around here.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, every
We like
time
to
we get a
skin the
little
cat.
idea, a little whim of something, we ask Donnie to do it. He does it.
And cat oil, that cat oil, the drippings, it's good for like chapped lips, dry skin. Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry, P-Funk, you're a cat guy. He's cringing right now. No, don't skin my cat. We would not do that. Let me flip this on NASDAQ real quick because we're going to get a totally different read. Yeah. Variance coming down positively correlated. NASDAQ pulled back, right? Whereas in SPY, still having an outlier to the top side. Interesting. I guarantee you, like on a 4-hour, 90-minute chart, SPY and NASDAQ lost correlation with each other. For sure. I mean, I don't even have to look. You can see it in the price action. And look where NASDAQ rejected from. To the dollar. The 9-length variance log moving average. Boop. They just like tip. They're playing the tip game. Oh boy. Oh, Bilbo. You degen. You're going off the rails. Let's see here. Yeah. Yep. Here's the thing, though. I mean, I still think NASDAQ looks good, and we're getting really close to the zero mean on the daily with this return oscillator. So if even if tomorrow, say NASDAQ just kind of ranges and goes sideways, and then the returns oscillator bounces off the zero mean to the top side. And here's the thing, too. Usually, when you get an outlier on the log return z-score down past the 99 length, or the 99 length, the 99% confidence interval, you're going to work your way to the top side. That's how this log return z-score works if you just look at it. Especially when you get below. Like right here, we got below the 95 and it just kind of, and then we dumped again. But when you have an outlier like that to the downside, yeah, man, usually you're going to get a powerful move back to the top side. But I'm telling you right now, all these NASDAQ, SPY, Bitcoin, they on the daily, they got to get back up above all these variance log moving averages. This is good though. Above the Gaussian mean on the deviation band. Yeah, thank you, brother. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. NASDAQ though, starting to drop out of randomness. It's still random, but the correlation's increasing to the downside. We're still significantly positively correlated, but we all know it's all about the slope. Look at the slope on the correlation starting to come down. So if that stays significantly positively correlated going in tomorrow, but starts to slope back up, then we get a nice blue day on the correlation, we start dropping in the trend, this could really turn around and pop. For sure. And this is how fast shit happens. Look at NASDAQ now. It was just down 31 points. It's up 119 now. Jesus. What that happened in 5 minutes? What the hell is going on here? Am I losing my mind? Let me go to the VRE real quick. Was my chart lying to me? Or am I insane right now? Wait a second, you guys. I know that just said it was 131 points down. Am I crazy? Tell me in the chat. Am I losing my freaking mind? Well, I know it's on break right now, but what the hell? Maybe it must have just Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm losing my. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, P-Funk, you'd know. I was never heavy into traditional markets. I can read any markets. If there's kids in the background, in the backyard trading freaking Pokemon cards, I'll make them a winner with the volatility, probability, and statistics chart. Yeah, but you're right. That's exactly what it is, I'm sure. Yeah, what was that the other? Was it Google? MJ was telling me his son-in-law made a fortune on Google with their earnings release or something, buying calls. Good for him, man. I tell you what, if there's one thing they should uh, teach kids how to trade options young, right? Because they are confusing as hell. They really are in the beginning, but once you learn, yeah, it's pretty cool. As soon as I get settled back, get a solid address, and not be in a freaking caravan where I'm traveling around everywhere, I'm gonna get my brokerage accounts back, start trading options. It's a lot less stressful, 100%. Yeah, you guys, I think that's about to wrap it up for today. Let me see though. Let me check on DeFi checklist or Solana. Oh, Solana pulled back big time. Well, Bitcoin, right? Everything's going to follow Bitcoin. Let's take a peek at that real quick on the VRE. We're going to see a big nasty candle too. Jesus, Solana. Hello. Same as Bitcoin, half the day, just ranging around the 68.3. Is that new weekly down there? You know what? I did not see that. I should have looked at Solana. Look at the new weekly range on Solana. Solana's going to trend like crazy. It already is going into the new week. Where did that start at? Yeah, right. First day of the week, right here. Solana just trends to the top side, that tight weekly range. Today, trending to the downside. Everything's going to follow Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pops, SPY pops, NASDAQ pops, all these altcoins are just going to go to the freaking moon again. You can bet. You can bet. But to be honest, I think the worst is over. I really do. Like I said, everything's in shambles. I mean, at some point, people are going to be like, you know what? Jesus, I'm losing my mind. Can we at least make some money in the stock market? Let's pump this bitch. Let's pump it. Would somebody call Mr. Powell, please, and tell him to turn on the money printer? Make it go burr. I mean, what are they pumping in? 30 billion a month or something? Give me a break. What, are they pocketing it all right now? Or short selling it? What the fuck's happening? It's all good though. So, hey, out there in YouTube land, if you're watching this video for the first time, we are Alpha Trading. We trade volatility, probability, and statistics, and we love to teach people to do the same. The link to our Discord is in the description of all of our videos. Come check us out. Check out the shop channel. There's 2 different levels of our Discord to get you access to the Alpha Trading system. That's right, we do not sell indicators. We sell access to a trading system, okay? And for what it does, it's very inexpensive in our opinion. Um, Open up a support ticket. Tell us what's on your mind. Even if you just have some questions, tell us what's on your mind, and we'll lead you. We're not going to freaking do you wrong, right? We're going to set you up with a good little trading system. To be honest, I mean, we all think so. So we're a tight knit group of people too. It's not like we're overrun. It's not like most Discords where there's just a bunch of madness going on. That's the thing about us. Everybody's trading the same way. It's not like your regular trading Discord where people are arguing, my MACD is better than your RSI and you're stupid and I can't believe you use moon phases. Oh, my moon phase calendar is great, man. We always pump when it's a full moon. I mean, it's a shit show out there, folks. You're coming to the right place. If you make your way to Alpha Trading, know you're in the right place. Give it some time. Shit can the traditional TA because it's just going to confuse you. Because when you don't understand something on the volatility, probability, and statistics chart, you're going to revert right back to the same shit that's been losing you money. Don't do that. Stick to just learn. That's all I can say about that. Thanks to you guys that are watching live in the Discord and wherever you live at in this beautiful world. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See you guys. Love you.